The honey-sweet wrongness of the Tiamat enzyme didn't hit my stomach. It detonated in my blood. I had expected a slow drift into sleep, a gentle biological rewriting like a computer update. I was an idiot. Evolution is violent. It is a series of destructions and reconstructions, and the Thalassari had condensed millions of years of aquatic adaptation into a few ounces of blue syrup. My bedsheets were the first casualty. My temperature skyrocketed, burning through the cotton as my sweat turned thick and viscous, smelling of brine and iron. I convulsed, falling from the mattress to the hard floor, my spine arching as if a hook had caught me behind the navel and was reeling me in. Aga, the sound that left my throat wasn't human. It was a wet, clicking rasp. My vision fractured. The gray walls of my room dissolved into spectrums of color. I didn't have names for ultraviolet pulses, thermal blooms. I clawed at the floor and I watched, detached by pain, as my fingernails turned black and hardened, popping off to reveal the curved, serrated tips of claws digging into the linoleum. The agony was absolute. My bones were liquefying, thickening, stretching. The sensation of my femurs snapping and reknitting in seconds made me vomit bile, but even the vomit was blue. My lungs felt like they were filled with crushed glass. I gasped for air, but the air was too thin, too dry. I was drowning on dry land. I needed water, the imperative screamed in my brain, overriding every human thought I had left with three simple, brutal words: water, immersion, survival. I dragged myself toward the bathroom, my legs useless, dragging like dead weight that was slowly fusing together. My skin itched, a maddening, deep-tissue itch as scales pushed through the dermis, tearing the human flesh apart to make way for the armor beneath. I kicked the bathroom door open, my body thrashing. I turned the shower handle with a hand that was now webbed and twice its normal size. The cold spray hit me and steam hissed off my back. It wasn't enough. It was a drizzle on a forest fire. I curled into the fetal position on the tiles, the water mixing with the blue slime coating my body. My heart hammered a rhythm that was too slow, too heavy. A deep thump, a long pause, then another. Then the door to my apartment exploded inward. It wasn't a kick, it was simply mass displacing matter. The vibration traveled through the floor and into my sensitive new skin, heavy, wet footsteps. The smell of ozone and coarse salt flooded the small space, overpowering the scent of my own biological trauma. A shadow fell over the bathroom doorway. Through eyes that were filming over with a protective third lid, I saw her. The gray-blue skin, the scars like ancient maps, the crimson eyes glowing like deep-sea vents. T589. She had to hunch significantly to fit, her massive shoulders scraping the doorframe, drywall crumbling like chalk against her hide. She looked down at me, her face unreadable, alien, terrifying. Stupid creature, her voice vibrated in my chest, deeper than before. You took the catalyst without the stabilizer. I tried to speak, to beg for help, but all that came out was a high-pitched, sonar-like chirp. She knelt, the floor tiles cracking under her immense weight. Her hand, large enough to crush my skull like a grape, reached out. I flinched, expecting death. Instead, her palm, cool, rough like shark skin, cupped my burning face. Your heat is critical. You will cook from the inside. She scooped me up. I was a grown man, but in her arms I was nothing more than a doll. She pulled me against her chest. Her skin was freezing, and the contact sent a shock of relief through my burning nerves so intense I nearly blacked out. Hold on, Sebastian, she rumbled. It was the first time she had used my name without a sneer. She turned and smashed through the outer wall of my apartment, jumping into the rainy night, carrying me toward the sea. As the wind rushed past, I looked up at her jawline, set and grim. My consciousness faded, the last thing I felt being the crushing pressure of her arms and the terrifying realization that I belonged to the ocean now. Or perhaps I belonged to her.
Want to keep the flame ignited without having to wait for the next part? You can find the full, tantalizing tale on our main page. See the link in the description.